Medicine.
Best tackler in college football, and I doubt Jabril Peppers would disagree with his coach's assessment. But he played on both sides of the ball at Michigan, and while he projects as a safety, you might say Peppers is ready for anything. His life has made him that way. Gene Wojciechowski has his story.
Jabril Peppers, who was born and raised in crime-ridden East Orange, New Jersey, is an expert on pain. His whole life has been filled with it.
You got bigger goals and bigger dreams and, bigger things that you wasn't doing. Like, these streets, they don't care about that, man. You in the wrong place at the wrong time, it could be over just like that.
With his father in prison, Jabril leaned on his mother and his older half-brother, Don, who was fighting his own personal demons. In 2010, Don was shot and killed at a nearby Newark, New Jersey restaurant. He was just 20.
She came in there, woke me up in the middle of the night. She was just crying, and I already knew.
Jabril just understood my tears.
That's my rock, man. My mom, we've been through it all, When you're doing it for something bigger than yourself, it just make you want to just go that much harder.
Adversity can do one of two things. It can cause you to travel down a dark, dark path, or it can ignite something very powerful and passionate within you.
It's amazing when you think about all the stories that these guys have coming into the draft and how much they've lived right up to that night and how their life's going to continue moving forward from that. Here we are in the Verizon film room, and Mel Kiper Jr., we extend the invitation for you to join us from afar. Unchanged from 3.0 to 4.0, you still like Peppers in Dallas. What does he bring to the Cowboys?
Unique college football player, Jade. And I think when Ryan looks at him as well, you'll see a guy all over the field, offense, defense, special teams, great punt returner, averaged 14.8 yards a punt return this past season, one he returned for a touchdown. Think about on the defensive side, 13 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Kid who runs in the 4.46 range. Vertical's 35.5, 10.8 broad jump at about 213 pounds. So he is a talented, explosive athlete. He didn't have a defined role. I think the versatility worked against him. I think it was like on a sensory overload. A lot was on his plate. If you can lock him in, obviously, on the defensive side, safety role, punt returner, where I think he could be a Pro Bowl punt returner. He would be a splash pick for the Dallas Cowboys. They got a big hit out of Zeke Elliott from Ohio State. Why not go to a Michigan Wolverine in the late first round this year?
All right, Mel, hang tight. We'll check back in with you in just a bit. What do you see when you watch Peppers?
That's kind of what's concerning to me. Where do you play him? Listen, when you look at somebody as athletic, as talented, as explosive as he is, you don't move him into a lot of places if he's great at one. He played corner early on in his career. That really wasn't a fit for him. He also moved to safety, and that really wasn't a fit for him. So they moved him to linebacker because he was this great talent, and they felt like they needed him on the field. Only had one interception. That kind of bothers me. If you're going to place him in your secondary, he's going to have the instincts to be a ball hawk and go sideline to sideline. Defense coordinator Rob Marinelli is really going to have to work, if this is their pick, to figure out where he best fits to use his talents.
I love the versatility, though, and I love the in-box player. I think of Cam Chancellor's not a great coverage guy, but you play some robber coverage and start taking away routes across the middle or use him as a blitzer, and he can be very effective. So I'm with you. I think he's a really good football player. He's an unbelievable talent. You've got to find a spot for that guy, and then you've got to let that versatility and that athleticism take over. But I love a dude that's not afraid to mix it up in the box. He's a good blitzer. He had a lot of sacks. That's the thing I like about this kid.
The thing that I think allows you to pick him there is that he can help you on special teams the day he walks in the building.
Sure. Yeah, and he certainly did that at Michigan.
Yes.
We heard Mel talk a little bit about it, and he's just one of those guys. He's versatile. He can play all over the field.